here at Ironman Motocross 2022. Got our 250 podium. What's up, boys? Good riding today. We had Jett Lawrence with the overall win, Joe Shimoda in second, and Hunter Lawrence in third. Jett, we'll start with you. How was your day?
It was, I feel like a pretty mellow day. Just trying to click in some laps, get good times in qualifying, and I ended up going P2. I was surprised. I thought the second qualifier was going to be faster, but wasn't as much faster. And yeah, first moto, it was a decent start, but was able to make my way to the front fairly. Just kind of had a good flow then. And the second one, I had a really good jump, but then I got to the bit deeper rip stuff, and the boys then I'm just going past me, so I don't know if I might have missed a shift or something. We're going to look at the data with that. And then the first few laps I kind of struggled to get a flow. I actually went back a few positions, so it was not ideal, but we were able to make our way through, ended up just getting a third, and the boys they were too far gone, so I just kind of settled in for there.
Talk about the track a little bit compared to like years past. It looked to me, I mean, I'm on the sidelines, but it looked like it kind of got hard packed in some spots, and the ruts are real hooky. Talk about the track a little bit, I guess, compared to the years past.
From last year, and I can kind of say it was definitely a lot rougher than last year. I feel like last year was a lot. I feel like it was a little dry to start off with, and I feel like definitely today was a lot gnarlier than the Ironmans I previously raced at. So, and it was tricky because in the first moto the ruts still had some good moisture in it, and they all had hooks in them, so it was very pain in the butt. But and then the second moto was funny. In a few spots it actually blew out and went to that kind of crumbly, dry dirt. So it was definitely different. I had definitely a lot hard, slick spots in a few spots, and it was tricky. But it was good.
Cool. Good riding today. All right, Joe. 5-1 for second overall. Great ride in the second moto. Tell us about your day.
Today was a good day. I think in the morning I struggled a little bit on the qualifier, and I struggled a little bit to set up the bike, even on the first moto too. But second moto I got a little bit better. Like we improved from the qualifier to the second moto. So the win on the second moto is always great.
Awesome. Can you, only if you want to, can you elaborate on the bike changes? Like you said, it was kind of tough to set it up at the beginning. Did you guys, was it kind of a try something and see, or did you already know, like, hey, this is what I want to do?
I have a little bit of idea, but obviously suspension guys know more than me. So especially this track, the bumps are I think bigger because the wood chip and stuff makes it like that. So I was just a little bit different than normal runs.
Cool. You've raced here how many years now?
2 years.
Well, great ride today. Hunter 3-2, right? For third overall. Good riding. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. First qualifying session was pretty scary. Like the sun was so low and it was super scary. I'm not being able to see anything, and you're obviously trying to put a good lap in. So I was kind of banking, putting all my chips on the second quali to get a better time in because I sucked in the first one. And we did. We went P2 in that one, which put us P3, I believe, for gate pick. First one wasn't bad. Not the best of starts, and I got a better start the second one. But no, it was a good day. Nothing to jump up and down about, but still, just kind of average, just okay.
Right on. I heard that you possibly got docked by, you jumped on a wheels on the ground flag. What was the deal there? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so the first moto, I kind of only found out about it after the second moto. Because on the first moto, at the top of the Godzilla jump, we come around and then we've jumped that jump down, and then Cooper and I seen Cooper land, and he kind of stood up, and I looked and then seen over to the right the cross flag, but I didn't think anything of it because I was like, we didn't see anything coming out of the turn or going into the turn, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it starts there, but then there was no one on the ground after, so a little kind of weird on the whole thing, and not like don't have all the information on it. So yeah, bit of a bummer. They docked me 2 points. So yeah, I guess it is what it is now. So not much I can do.
That jump's still pretty tough, right? Oh, especially on 250 coming out of there. So you're only seeing your line coming out of there. So I can see how it could happen.
You know, you're trying to, and then especially on the footage we've seen, I like go into the turn and I go way left, and there's a guy on the footage you see on the like far right side of the inside of the track and on the far right side. So I'm like, damn, there was guys there, but I didn't absolutely see them at all. And the thing that kind of threw me was like, there was no incident or anything that we've seen. So it was kind of a little strange, but yeah, it is tough to get, like you're coming out, you're trying to just be good in your rut, and there's rocks and it's slippery hard pack, so you're like just super focused to give it everything to, you know, make the down ramp on that jump.
Happens to the best of us. Could you talk about what you thought of the track this year? Did you race it last year?
Yes, I did.
Was it similar, different?
I'm trying to think back. I know it was definitely it felt a lot drier last year, but I kind of feel like the layout here is sick, but it's like the ruts there, it almost feels like when you get into the turn, it feels like you're like climbing out of the corner because the ruts get so deep. So it's a tough one. It's definitely tough to get a flow, but once you have a flow, it's pretty good. Yeah, very physical track, but it was, I mean, definitely rougher than last year, I thought. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Did you start well in both motos?
First one wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like top 5. I think I was like just outside top 10, I believe. And then second one, I was a lot better. I think I was 4th or 5th. So that, for me, I was pretty happy with that.
But you still came back to 3rd in the first moto, so track must have been pretty good for passing.
Yeah, it was tough because you know, everyone's kind of, there's so many lines, so it's like everyone's trying to search for the good line, so you're trying to like, it's kind of a risk you take because you're trying to find that good line that you can pass those guys on before they get onto that line. So yeah, it was tough, but it's good.
Cool, right on. Jett, looks like you got 41-point lead. So a little bit of next week, you know, a good first moto finish, you could wrap it up, potentially a moto early. Talk about, man, it doesn't look like you've been on damage control or anything, or like cruising this thing in, even though you've had a big lead. Talk about, you know, kind of your mindset going into next weekend, kind of knowing, you know, one good moto could do it for you.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, you know, just see what it brings me. Hopefully we can keep the no losses at overall wins going at Fox Raceway, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're just going to go in like each weekend, like come in with a fresh mind, don't really think much about points, and just do the best I can do and then see where we end up.
Right on. What about that track? You've always been really good there. Is there something about it you like, or something maybe you can think back to, like how you grew up, that makes you good there, or is it just one of those things you just ride good there?
It's I don't know. I mean, I think I might be just getting very lucky, and my luck could be over next weekend. But we have to wait and see. I could just have a very good flow there or something. But we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? If it's luck, then we'll see if the luck keeps going. It could end next weekend.
Joe, what do you like the track next weekend?
Yeah, I like Paula. It's kind of like my home track. I live really close there, so yeah, I like it.
So Joe and Jett, you guys have known each other for a while, teammates for a little while. Seem like you're pretty good buddies, cutting up. How is that, like you're battling kind of for a championship now? You guys have been racing together for a long time. How is it, I guess start with Joe, how is it kind of being like good buddies with the guy that you're battling in the championship?
I like him. The friends wise, yeah, it's fun with him. But I mean, he's quick on the track. So I think we're both very competitive, and off the track we don't need to disrespect each other. So I think we're having a nice time, right?
Yeah, well, kind of what he said, like on the track, we know we're there to do our job, so we'll race as hard as we need to. We're fairly clean, we respect each other enough that we're not going to we'll get close to each other or take a line, but we're never really going to purposely take each other out. And then off the track, we both know, like, hey, whatever happens on the track, depends how bad it goes. But off the track, we just talk smack the whole time. We get along pretty good. We've known like the first time I think we met was back in 2014 when he didn't know any English at all. But I just
Mini bikes?
Yeah, on 60. It was 2014 on 65s in Belgium, and he didn't know any English, and I was just as talkative then. I was just talking to him, and he would just nod or shake his head. So. And it was funny back then when we came here in 2018 that I was going to be teammates with him. From there, it kind of set it off from being pretty good friends and just being. It was very competitive for being teammates on the Geico, so it was fun. And just from there, since we've been good friends and then we race each other always fairly similar speed, that we kind of just got used to having that battle on the track, and then off the track we might rub it in a little bit, but most of the time we just talk smack.
Cool. What about brothers battling for a championship? I mean, I can say this is the first race I've been to this year, but the High Point race between you guys was like probably one of the best races I've ever seen. That second moto, that was like full. I mean, to me, it was full on the edge. Like there was no more that you guys could push, and it was. But you were clean, and it ended it so close. Talk about kind of the brother part of it.
Yeah, I think if we got lippy to each other off the track, I'm pretty sure Daz would smash us. So he kind of makes sure that we whatever happens on the track happens on the track, and if one of us each other take each other out on purpose, we'd also get smashed by him. So it's a pretty simple rule from Daz, but I think we're pretty normal and we're old enough now that hey, this on the track's work, and then off the track we're both pretty calm people just to go, yeah, whatever happened, and we're pretty okay.
Yeah, Dad does a pretty good job of chopping us down at the feet, keeping us grounded and stuff. So, yeah, there's never really any. I don't think he'll ever let it, and I don't think we'll ever let it get out of hand or anything that's just not right as far as a family goes and stuff. So, no, it's healthy for now. Don't think it could ever get toxic or anything like that, just because we've done it as a family since day one, and we'll continue to do it as a family until we stop. So.
That's awesome. So you guys practice together during the week and then race together on the weekends? Like you're with each other all the time. Who's faster in practice? At home?
Like it depends on the day. Like that's everyone wants to know, and it literally depends on the day. Like we swap, the faster lead or whatever. Like it's honestly swapping, nearly every day. So it's.
I can tell it's definitely fun to watch when we're both feeling good, because we'll see, like we know where each other are on the track, and we have our lap times on the same pit board. So when one person goes faster and we see that, and then the other guy steps it up. So we're both like throughout the moto, our lap times just keep going like inching down and down.
Yeah, we don't get too many easy motos.
Yeah, well, but that's great for you guys for getting faster and learning racecraft, because you're just going to push it up to the next guy, whether that's him or that's Joe or whoever. So that's awesome. So we'll open questions to the floor now.
Hey, Mitch Kendra from Racer X. Joe, we'll start with you real quick. So obviously you picked up some moto wins and some overall wins and then overall podiums. Kind of what's your mindset heading into the finale, and do you have a specific goal you want to finish the season? Where you want to finish the season at?
I mean, the best I could is to just hopefully maybe an overall again. That would be great. If not, whatever happens. Yeah, just gonna do my best out there.
And then you think the kind of the late surge you had at the end of the season gives confidence heading into next year for Supercross even?
Oh, definitely, yeah, for sure.
And then Hunter, real quick with you, what do you think, I guess, battling for a second with Joe here, what's your mindset going into the finale?
Just same as it has been, go and try to win. That's all it has been. We've had some a bit unfortunate luck this season, so it is what it is, second or third, it's not first. So regardless, I'm just going there to try and win, get an overall, and yeah, it'll be what it'll be. Like I said, it's we came in with goals to win, and you know, looking like it's pretty slim now. So we're just going in and try to get an overall win, and yeah, just do me.
Do you have a championship bonus if you get second by chance or no?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's, you know, I'm still young. There's so much more that's ahead of us, and you know, that's not my motivation. You know, if it was, then, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today, because you know, that doesn't really drive you correctly.
And then obviously you came so close to getting an overall, you weren't able to get one so far. I guess if you didn't get a win at this finale, would you still, like, how would you look at your season and kind of, you know, would you see it as obviously with the championship, would you see it as like building off of what you did the previous years, or what would you, like, where would you rank your season, I guess?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's only been, I think, 2 rounds that I've been off the podium, or I don't know, something like that. But it's been a lot better than last year. You know, maybe the result ends up being 3rd, or maybe it ends up being 2nd. Regardless, we were definitely a lot better than last year. We had some unfortunate things, you know, Unadilla Red Bud with, you know, bike stuff and just other crap in general, honestly. So it is what it is. Just all building towards next year, you know.
Awesome, thanks guys.
Anyone else? Questions? Okay, that'll do it. Thank you.